How are we doing, folks? Today is a really exciting day because the carburetors are back on the R6 and we're going to do a wee bit of carb synchronization now, which is the idea of that is to get all the carbs working together so that they're pulling in the same amount of air, same amount of fuel into the engine at the same time. This is the final step to make the engine run really well. Never done this before, so we'll see how we get on. Just give you a quick look around as to how all this works then. So excuse, as you can see, it's a bit chaotic here. It's chaos, but that's just the way it is. What we've got here then, we've got these 4 dials. Let me just adjust that light. So yeah, we've got these 4 dials here. These are connected to the vacuum tubes of each carburetor. So each carburetor's got a little tube that comes out of it. Connect these two, and this is going to measure then the amount of air that each carburetor is sucking relative to each other. And then we're going to make an adjustment to make these the same. We're going to start off with the first 2 here on the left, then these 2 on the right, and then the 2 in the middle, and hopefully get everything balanced out. As I said, I've never done this before, so it's all kind of a bit play by ear. Finding things really awkward, fuel tanks in the way and all that stuff, but like it's just the way it is. So while you're here, let's get this thing started up, and you can hear what it sounds like currently. It's idling a little bit low. It can adjust that, that's alright, but as you can see there, it actually started really easily, so I'm really happy with that so far. If we take a look at our dials, you can see, you know, they're not quite the same, so we've got plenty of work to do here. The rattling noise is the clutch. I've been assured that that's like okay, and the clutch will just rattle like that because it's old, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's broken. So yeah, we're just going to crack on with this. I'm probably not going to film the actual process because it's just going to be really annoying on a film because all you're going to hear is the engine. Yeah, really excited, really happy to have this thing going. So yeah, I'll come back and give you a wee update whenever we've done this balancing process. Alright folks, so I've done a little bit of that balancing now. We'll just have a quick look at the dials. You can see they're all pretty similar now. So pretty much bang on, you can really hear the difference. Listen to that. I know that's probably completely overwhelming the microphone and sounds terrible, but like it sounds so much better. It's so much smoother running now. It sounds absolutely brilliant. The throttle's really responsive. It just instantly revs as soon as you touch it, and it's returning itself back down to idle now as well, which it wasn't doing before. I can't tell you how happy I am with this. Like I felt the last few days the weather's been rubbish and I haven't been out here doing anything, and it's just felt like I haven't made any progress at all, and I've been starting to stress out a little bit about it. Starting to have visions of this thing rusting away outside my house for years when never anything gets done with it. But yeah, this is a huge step forward today, a massive boost in morale. I'm really excited about going forward now and getting the rest of it done. It's kind of just cosmetic from here on in. Just have to get the front fairing on, get these rear lights, this whole rear thing here, this wiring's a bit of a mess, but I do have new indicators and I've got like a new number plate and all that stuff for it. So I've now got everything that I need, so not waiting for any more deliveries or any of that. Got everything that I need now. The engine's running pretty well. I mean, I'm sure a professional could do a way better job than me. Let's just get that straight. But you know, really, really happy with this. I'm buzzing. I'm literally like excited and just kind of like relieved, excited, and yeah. I mean, you can see the chaos in here, by the way. It's chaos. It's flipping chaos. But yeah, it sounds so good. There's nothing better, in my opinion. There's nothing that sounds better than this R6 engine. Carburetor fed R6 engine. 15,500 RPM red line. 15,500 RPM red line. It still sounds rough because the clutch is old. From what I've researched, apparently that doesn't really matter and it'll still work and everything. It's probably going to be something that'll be the next. When I get it MOT and get it on the road, clutch will probably be the first thing to do. Also, check that out. We're leaking oil. I have got a new bolt for the oil release thing, whatever that's called. They bolt it in the bottom of the sump, but that's the oil go out, and hopefully that's going to fix that. If it doesn't, don't really know what I'm going to do. So fingers crossed for that. But like, you know, I did notice that before. I'd figured I'd do this first of all, and then I'm going to have to take that out, which means the oil's going to all drain out again. But yeah, what a day! What a day! I can't believe it. I'm just so over the moon with this. Like, check out my new exhaust as well. Incidentally, it's not actually perfectly straight on there, but like nice and neat. I really like this. I've got like a really cool Yoshimura sticker for here as well, so that's going to look really. It's not a Yoshimura exhaust. You know, I wanted to get like a Yoshimitsu or Yoshimura exhaust, or maybe an Acro one, but like, you know, this bike cost me less than $2,000, you know, and I'm spending maybe $1,000 on it to get it back in the road, and you know, that's probably about what it's worth when you add that together. If we start like buying £1,000 exhaust for it, then, you know, it's just gonna have so much money in it, and it's just not worth that. So yeah, this one's gonna have to do, but it's pretty cool. It looks quite well, sounds really good as well. So yeah, so there we go, another step forward. And this is a pretty big one, to be honest. I've been thinking about this for a while. Easier than I expected it to be. You know, totally achievable. Had to go out and get a new screwdriver because I couldn't get a screwdriver in there, but you know, that worked out in the end. So what have we got now? We've got, start off at the front. We have to put the front mud guard on. We need to get brake fluid into our nice shiny reservoir, bleed the brakes. We need to get a clutch cable on. I've got a fancy new air filter for it, which I've installed in the airbox. K&N, old school, just the, I mean, come on. So that's good, that's ready to go. And then it's just really back brakes. I have to get the back wheel off because I haven't touched the back brakes yet. I do have new brake lines, new pads as well, so I'm going to do that. Get the indicators sorted out, and probably going to get some fancy new tires, despite what I said before about cost. I think we're going to be looking at some super courses or something like that, I think. Yeah, but you know, tires are really important, and you know, yeah, it's worth the money, I think, to spend on those. So, but we're getting there. You know, it's almost tangible. And look, I mean, look at the weather right here. If you can see that, it's grey, it's miserable, it's wet. It's not like I'll be riding this anyway. My little scrambler is parked up there. Haven't even had that out since I got my new exhaust for it. Oh, and by the way, I forgot in my last episode I didn't mention this sticker that I had on it. This came with it as well. Another nice little touch. See the little bit of red on it as well, matches with that, like, so yeah. Scrambler's looking really well. I'm going to do a little bit of cosmetic work on it today with this wire here. I've got like a nice sheath thing to cover this, and I'm going to replace the fuel line in it as well because I pinched it. But it's all about R6 at the moment. This beautiful thing coming back to life. Big step forward today. Bike sounds absolutely. Let's just give it one more go. Yes, right. Like, my neighbours are going to be screaming at me if I do that any longer. So yeah, that's it for now. But just over the moon with this. I'm so happy with it. It sounds so much better, runs so much better, and all those issues that the engine was having before, where it wouldn't hold idle, it would stall, all that kind of stuff, that's not happening anymore. It's running really well. So absolutely over the moon with that. I wish this clutch wasn't quite so rattly, but you know, I think that's just the way it is, and you know, that's going to be next in the agenda probably at some point. But yeah, what a day. really feel like we made some progress today, so it's all good. All right, so yeah, thanks for watching till the end. I guess next video is probably going to be back to the scrambler, because as I said, we're going to do some bits and pieces of that, and yeah, one step closer to getting the R6 on the road. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon. Take care.